Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. It's a bit hot to get on the bank at the minute, even for me when it gets 34, 35, I think you are pushing it, and there's probably also a fish care angle as well. So I'm going to use the time wisely. I'm going to do a couple of long-term tackle reports. There's a few bits of tackle that I've been using for sort of a year or so, and I'm going to update on how I've got on, when I've managed to break them, because I've got form for breaking things, and just give an overall review. Now, some of you will recognise these alarms from my social media. These are the B-Tackle K15 alarms that I've used pretty much extensively. I've had them for probably a year nearly now, so I feel like I'm qualified to give an opinion on what I think of them. I'm going to split it into a couple of different areas, so I'll talk through the features, I'll talk through the look and feel, I'll talk through durability. Like I said, I've got a form for breaking things, so I'll talk through durability, I'll talk through performance, and I think importantly in this day and age I will talk through value. If I start off with features, that's probably the area that I've been most impressed about. A couple of bits that I'd call out. So ironically, a few weeks before these were launched, a few mates were talking about, wouldn't it be great if you had an alarm and receiver set that was fully rechargeable on the bank? You know, we all take big power banks to our carp sessions now, and up to now I'm not aware of any that did that. I think the Nash alarms had got a rechargeable receiver but not an alarm, and it's really annoying on the bank. One of your alarms dies, you haven't got a battery for it, etc. It's a bit of a pain. I think the first plus point of these is they are fully USB-C rechargeable alarm receiver, etc. So I think, you know, a couple of times they've caught me out on the bank. And you can just plug them in, recharge them, which is brilliant, rather than trying to find someone that's got a spare battery in a random size. That said, the battery life has been really impressive. I've been really happy with these. You get sort of 3 or 4 easily long sessions out of these, and I've not necessarily had a problem. That said, I haven't particularly caught a lot this year, as some of my mates will be pointing out. Also, in terms of features, there's a brilliant app integration. You can change the colours, you can change the tones, you can connect them to a bivy light and all that sort of good stuff, all this, which I think is really good. All a bit wasted on me because I like my alarms green with the bobbins as well. So, but yeah, loads of features. You know, really handy to be able to have the bivy light flick on automatically when you get a one turner at 1 in the morning, etc. So I think that's a massive positive. Fully customizable in terms of tones, in terms of sensitivity, in terms of volume as well. Which, yeah, loads of options, more options really than you'll ever need. But it certainly, if you're a tackle tart, and we all are a bit, aren't we? It helps you set everything exactly how you want to get it set. So in terms of look and feel, I think they do look quite old school. Normally, I would prefer modern tackle, but these have got a really cool look. For those of you that are old enough, you'll remember the Optonics, and for me, these look a little bit like the first Optonics you could buy, with the sort of cut-out snag ears and stuff like that. But I think that they are a really good mix of, you know, they look old school. They've got loads of modern features, like I've talked about. I absolutely love the night lights. You know, I think they look super cool, particularly on a dark night. You get some really cool photos of those. And I know that looks, you know, not necessarily important, but let's be honest, a lot of us do choose tackle based on the looks. The receiver, similarly, yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of these. Interestingly, since I've posted pictures of these on my social media, it's probably been the single biggest question I get is, what are those alarms? Where do you get them from? Where are the lights? You can customize all the lights, so the different brightnesses and colours and all that sort of stuff, but they certainly look the part, and we all spend a lot of time and a lot of money trying to look cool on the bank. Durability is another massive point. Like I said, I have got form for breaking things. I'm fishing in all weathers. I fish a lot. I don't particularly look after my stuff as well as I should do. You know, it'll be out in the rain, it'll be out in all weathers. I've been out in -7 over the winter, I've been out in 30 odd degrees over the summer, and these certainly have stood the test of time. The kids use them a lot. They get chucked in the back of the car and stuff like that in the box. Although that said, they do come in a really robust box, which I haven't used just to save a bit of space, but they have not missed a beat. You know, I've been really impressed by the reliability. You know, the actual body of them, etc., is really solid. The thread of them is really solid. I think you would struggle to break them, even if you, like I said, if you're a bit harder on your tackle. So yeah, from that perspective, they pass with flying colours. From a performance perspective, they genuinely have not missed a beat. I know they've got like a really long range. I think the range is like 300 meters or something like that. And I can't imagine a world where you'd ever be 300 meters from your rod. But you know, I trust these with utmost confidence that if you've got a fish on the end, you're going to get some sort of indication. Like I said, you can change the sensitivity up, down, etc. But yeah, I think for me, trust in carp fishing is incredibly important. You know, a lot of the time, you know, you might be fishing for one fish over the course of a weekend, and you can't have tackle that's letting you down. And I've got utmost confidence in these that they're going to do what they should do. What else to say? Yeah, I think I don't claim to understand it, but they are super waterproof. Like I said, I've had these out in some really crazy downpours. They've been frozen solid in the morning, but they're still going. They are, for anyone that's interested, they're a roller wheel. I know you can get a couple of options of alarms, some with sensors, some with roller wheels. These are roller wheels. Again, I've had no issues at all. They certainly sound the part. I do think that's a really cool, distinctive tone. Again, you can change all the sensors. They've got the latching lights next to snag ears as well, so they look really good. And so then, last but not least, value. These, I think, benchmark really favourably. I think I'm right in saying these are $299 for the set of 3 alarms with the receiver as well. They come in a really cool box, which I've got somewhere, but like I said, I don't particularly use it because they are pretty robust. But I think at $299, that certainly benchmarks towards the bottom end of the market. I would genuinely think you would struggle to buy a set of alarms with these features, this durability, this quality, and that look as cool, certainly for that sort of money. So what I say overall, I would highly recommend these alarms. Like I said, I've had them out in all weathers. They've been incredibly robust. They are solid. They look the part. You know, but more importantly, they deliver. I think at that sort of price. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what they benchmark in terms of competitor products, but yeah, for me, I would highly recommend them. If you see me on the bank, if you want to drop me a message on social media, if you've got any questions, get in touch. I'll answer any questions you've got on them. But yeah, have a look. They're on the B-Tackle website. I think a few retailers have got them in as well, so you can maybe get out and have a look at some. But yeah, highly recommend them. Thank you.